The stakes. Let's get ourselves into this fifth and final game. The silver has been scraped. EDG against Scout and Clearlove on JDG. You couldn't write it any better. Sometimes life is
wanted
better.
to flip the top matchup, not the bot one.
Would you look at that? It's a full build Poppy with red buff and level 3. You just don't have fun. Has to flash, but there's a flash to charge back towards ZDZ's Aatrox. What do? You've got an Unbreakable and a Dream. That's not a bad idea. But Indestructible, the ability may be. Nature.
We're actually getting a contest for this. Maybe that's why Arm wanted to recall.
He wanted to force them off the dragon, actually, briefly, but they're still there. Shout and flash on in. He's got the Hex Flash to work with. This is going to get tight! Not quite in time, but Palki goes to the backside, gets the knockback onto Shun with the flash out himself. Pays. Jua looking to get away, gets the heal. Not quite charged into the wall, but Jua flashes. Try that again. Pays. There, it can make it quite difficult to become targeted by various things. Well, Zeri better than most of that because you just press Q.
Okay, so now Scout's on the flank. Remember, there's no point in click Vi ultimate to link up with the Ari. It means that EDG will need to hit a lot more skill shots on their own, like that center W just there.
200, there we go. Second grab secured. Now turning on to Scout potentially. Flash charge, not quite on the wall. TP now coming on forward. Shao just over the gravity field. Chaos Storm comes on down. It's a big one back in terms of the grab, but actually now Shun getting caught by the charm and the last embrace into the Impale coming on down to buy some time, but Jewel and Pace now need to start running away. They'll Spark Surge over the wall. Jewel, though, has been left out to right. Another last embrace. And this Lulu will speed themselves up with a Whimsy, but I don't know how far you can run as the autos keep flying, and Arn has donated another kill.
It's a little bit cut and dry from EDG. Xiaoshu was punted out by Xiaoshu was punted out by Xiao Hao's ultimate. The pop and sent plays unscathed.
With Skarner back in base, I think this should just be dragging over towards EDG. Draw control ward down. Gonna get spoiled by that sapling. Gonna be able to back away with the Whimsy, not in danger of being slowed down.
And the reason with JDG not contesting is that they got the first dragon. They didn't need to fight this.
They're looking for first item completions already largely done. Blackfire for the Ari to play some of these a bit slower, some of that ability haste.
John was going for an angle there. Xiaoshu, reminder, has that ultimate to pull someone out of the fight, including the jungler if it comes to a smite fight. Aatrox coming in on a flank. That Mordekaiser ultimate could be crucial here.
Just pick the Shojin on that back as well. Important. In comes the Nature's Grasp. Big charm, big chunk, forces the Chaos Cleanse.
Poppy ultimate was charged but put on cooldown. It's going to come off right now. JDG soaked the Mark out. That's pretty good for them.
It is. Cost them the Chaos. Cost them a bit of HP bars, but not too much more. It's still EDG in the better position than the River.
Okay, so one cleanse down. There's a cleanse on Pays. Means that the other targets, though, much easier to play around. Xiaoshu, again, just playing blocker, wants to get someone out of the fight with that ultimate if it comes to it. Scuttle Crab gained by JDG.
Wave just crashes on, caught on the gravity field, has to flash out.
Okay, so that's a flash down that's important. Now you can flash and pale him. Poppy ultimate was charged up again there, and once again put on cooldown. Looks like Herald the W on the center.
Oh, hang on, last embrace. Doesn't lead to too much more, but Pace was theoretically a little bit of risk there. You saw JDG suddenly start moving towards the Zeri in sharp order. Mordekaiser Ari roaming up the river and the jungle respectively. Nature's Grasp going to come flying across. Naps a couple. Scout has to be cleansed on. Charm onto Shun into the last embrace combo. Xiaoshu looking for someone to pull into the death realm. Angel would be a good call. Hump here as well would be alright. Can't quite find it on either target.
I think Angel might want to teleport back. He went down to half HP. Yes, there are Senna heals, but it's not that much in terms of the poke being put through. We're trading range for range, clearing the wave and looking for that next long-range skill shot.
Obliterate down death. Ray comes on because it's a Hex Tech Ray these days, post rework. Piercing Darkness in the slow. Xiaoshu and get last embraced on! Oh my days, that pullback was scary. Flash away, gets himself a barrier. Pace starts with the kill. ZDZ trapped into the wall with the Ixtal impact. Big chunk back with the Dawning Shadow. But they've just knocked out Victor. Pace still trying. ZDZ caught in the death realm with Xiaoshu and will likely fall. They've killed off the Skarner. Another death scratch. As Palkia gets pulled back in and goes down the obliterator of the tower. As Xiaoshu with a stolen stats gets another dice. Finally to a piercing darkness of the turret shots, but Scout and Pace are back and rolling. Oh, Arn, you can't get pulled back like that.
Arn might have made the misstep, which costs EDG the series. Arn walks up.
Get the TP quite yet off either top laner. Here we go, starting now. Aatrox want to roam up the river or join. 7,000 HP. TP now. Piercing Darkness onto Shun. Xiaoshu dodges away. Arn gets pulled back again. Into the death roll means he's not here and doing damage. Caught on the other side of the wall in the Attic Arm pit. Down to 3,000 HP. The Attic Arm back out of it. Last embrace on surviving, but not for long enough. Angels had to go on a very awkward journey. Lands the charm, but Skarner gets a double. finally get a hold of the Mordekaiser. Paze goes in and stunned to the wall. Paze, cleanse, does go down. Angel gets a reset as ZDZ, beginning to unleash a lot of firepower. Atakan's still there and helping out the squad somewhat. Trying to hit the Darkin Blade, doesn't land it. Scout doing his best to be the carry at this point with the Lulu behind him, and will surely fall at the end of it all. And JDG come away with the man advantage.
I can't believe it happened again. Xiaoshu
makes it a lot trickier.
Do we have a third fight now? In picture, it's down to about half HP. Looks like there will be a contest. Xiaoshu does have ult coming back up again now.
On in the black mist, bringing people up in good order. The Keeper's Verdict sped up. Knocks out the Skarner. Hang on. How much time do they have to get onto the Atakan? Still aggro on the JDG, or forced back to the top side river. It'll reset at this point. ZDZ chunk onto Xiaoshu. Pulling Death's Grasp. Will miss it. ZDZ driven into the wall. Impaled after. Overcomes the Dawning Shadow, buying some time, but not enough to keep him alive. As Angel eats a Death Ray. Down to Atakan now, surely. As a 5v4 begins again.
Now they don't have the Aatrox. The intimidation is kind of gone there. Paze is still trying to put some DPS through. Don't think they'll be able to get in range for the steal.
Xiao goes flashing forward, can't get the stun into the wall. Big damage back, but they can't quite get what they're looking for. Low. Piercing Darkness is good. Unfortunately for them, their jungler is down, and Scout gets Wild Growth. Has got a Chaos Storm on top of him. And Palkia will get healed by the Redemption. Keeps himself alive for a second or two, but Scout just has enough mana for another Hex Decoration. Now looking to steal up this Wolf Camp. Actually gets slowed up a little bit, but they pick up the Atakan. Last Embrace. I don't know whether they've got quite enough damage. Charm is solid enough, but Piercing Darkness, another slow, but the upheaval. Shun will eventually be forced to flash.
Okay, it's a long time to kill him, though, and it means that he can actually get out with his next round of cooldowns. JDG bring EDG back before it, which put them into that situation. Surely were. Yeah. They're now $5,000 behind.
And ZDG just gets driven to the wall. The Aatrox gets no value.
Yeah, and you're seeing the lack of having something like that point-and-click engage from the Vibe, which can just throw themselves in so the Ahri and the Senna can gun themselves after. Xiao, he knows he needs to go in and try something that gets Mordekaiser rolled to teleport now onto Shun. Doesn't have flash. Doesn't need it.
Impale comes on in. Paze goes wall riding in. Flash away. Angel got the ult rolling. Another charm onto Shun, who gets Wild Growth. ZDZ good healing onto Xiaoshu. Needs to try and get some value here as he gets over the wall. Looking to get some more work. Darkin Blade down. And I think that Mordekaiser is about to be dragged out of his own death throw. And things get interesting. Now they're caught on the wrong side of the gravity field. They do kill off the Maokai. But so is the Mordekaiser dead.
Zeri's going back towards mid lane to push that in. JDG, jungler and the smite.
Now, Farsight Alteration forced to come into EDG. A little bit harder. Again, Shun has the Skarner. Very easy target for that last Embrace. Lulu behind him. Angel chunked out by Scout on the wrong side. Looks for the charm. Lands it. No real follow-up as yet. That Skarner tanking up right now. Nature's Grasp comes across and oh, my days on.
Oh,
Palkia got absolutely blasted by Victor. Last Embrace again. Another charm, but again, the damage retention on EDG is just so scary.
Oh, and Angel can't kill the tanks. I know he thinks he's gone for a slower burn anti-tank build. He doesn't have any pen, and Shun really doesn't give a damn. So the Victor E poke goes insane, and JDG spot the Desperation Baron, play it slow, land their skill shots, and now start the Baron themselves.
100 stacks for Arn. It's a big break point for Senna, but you're still stuck at 2 items. It's going to give you some cleanse. ADG will get a golden scout for a second or two. Death's Grasp over the wall. ZDZ now in a very awkward 1v1 with Xiaoshu drags him to the death realm. Shock laser across the walls. Angel times out on his ult, and Pace goes looking, flashing on him. Wild Growth and gets a hold of Ahri. On needs to flash away as Scout's looking for him. Get over here. Piercing Darkness will not keep him alive. And over the wall, Pace can look to wall ride once more, shoved into it briefly. But the damage is truly done. Ankle's broken. EDG's miracle run ends in failure.
They'll have to go find another cycle to find themselves true enlightenment coming from Nirvana and back down to whence they came. Their year will end here. JDG, the old EDG legends themselves, felling their old team. Scouts, Clearlove, win the series.
It takes until Game 5. Hope was there, but they just don't have enough in there. The salutes come up, and Edward Gaming's dreams die to Gen.G Gaming. It takes them 5 games. It is anything but clean, but JD